His wife thinks he's ready too, right?
We got some inside information on the wife.
We talked about the tweet where she was upset that they signed Thiago Martins in the first place. She thinks Chanel's 100% starter, so I
didn't hear about this. Danny's like in their personal life now, Danny.
We talked about this in a previous episode.
I never talked about Chanel's wife.
He talked about Chanel's wife.
I'm not getting beat up.
Yeah, bro. We're gonna be in the locker room with these guys. And you're the guy talking about my wife? No, Danny's talking about your wife.
Welcome to the 13th episode of the City Boy Show. I'm Javier. We got Danny. We got Buzz. What is going on, y'all? It was an intense week.
Yeah. It's been interesting. We've seen the introduction of Mr. Nick Cushing. Not great first impressions, but we're working through it.
Yeah, rough start. This episode, we'll go over that. We'll go over our game against Colorado Rapids, our big U.S. Open Cup against the RedBulls. It was not ideal. And then we're going to preview some Philadelphia Union. We got to get this revenge against the Union. They finally got back at us earlier in the season, but it's time to dominate. So let's get into the Rapids real quick. Let's talk about it. We dominated most of that game. We should have actually been the team to win that game. If we look at the stats, we had 66% possession to their 34. We had 16 shots to their 6. Why did we not win this game?
I thought we came out a little flat. Although we had the possession, I didn't really see the explosiveness that we usually have in offense. Although we lost against the RedBulls, I did see that explosiveness in the first half. This against the Rapids, I didn't see that. It seemed really flat. I'm not sure if the team was just rusty from the time off. So I didn't, I just thought they came out really flat. For the exception of the Tallis Magno goal, there was nothing out to that you were like, wow, we should have had more goals. That's my opinion. What did you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, I loved the Tallis' goal was beautiful. That was a great finish. Unfortunately, all of that possession, and we're, again, not being clinical in the last part of the pitch. We're not getting that good cross or that really good finish to score. But if you look at those stats, that would look like a dominating performance.
Yeah. Oh, well, how many shots did we have?
16.
We had 16 shots. On goal, we had 4 only, but it was versus their 1, so their 1 shot on goal was a goal. Wow. So we should have definitely played better. I guess, did we think Nick Cushing did anything different to impact this game where we would have said, hey, Ronnie might have done this differently? I didn't think I saw much of an impact. One thing we did mention was Keaton Parks didn't start, which was strange. Granted, Keaton Parks got married that weekend. He might have, had a good time, so he might have not really been ready to play or been in practice or whatever the case was. So that's probably why Parks didn't start. But did you think anything Nick Cushing did could have changed how the team came out?
Something I noticed was I think they pushed Acevedo a little further back. So it looked like for a little while when the ball was back, it looked like they pushed him back because he seems to be able to play like multiple positions. We've seen him run back. We've seen him in the center. So I don't know if that was just like accidental Acevedo pushed himself back or if he went out there. A second thing that I noticed, and I'm not sure if this was part of coaching or this is just Tallis Magno being Tallis Magno, but Tallis Magno was playing the left wing, but multiple times you saw him end up slowly drift himself right behind Thati. And it felt like they were kind of crowding the same space. And I don't know if that was intentional by Cushing or whether it was Tallis. Talons wants a goal. And you always see that he's trying to get that ball. And so, to me, that seemed different. I'm not sure if Cushing gave him more flexibility or if that was part of the coaching plan.
If he did give him more flexibility, keep giving it to him because he was dominant. Like, Tallis Magno had a great game. Throughout the whole game, he was just dominating the ball. I mean, he was just great to see out there.
I mean, I feel a little differently, but I think Thati needs some space. Thati needs some place to... And Thati plays great as striker. And I think if as we know, Tallis Magno gets triple teamed every time. If you end up having too many people in the box, then you have a situation where no one can get the ball, right? You can't make any moves there. So I don't know if that was intentional. I didn't love it, but that was just my opinion.
But you were also on Santi again. There was one of your tweets that you
posted. I mean, that one shot. I mean, Santi, it was 3 against 1, and Santi tried to break that guy versus passing it to either Thati or I think it was Tallis Magno.
Yeah.
And he did that when we were at City Field. I forget when Hebet had the goal
wide open,
and he didn't give it to him.
Hebet with his hand out.
It
should have been a goal.
And also, like, Santi is really good at distributing, so I don't understand why he has these moments where he's like, "No, it's my shot." So I think we could have won that game. I didn't mind when Cushing did that game. I thought we had it, but yeah, that what Santi did really messed me up.
Yeah, and Sean Johnson finally giving up a goal.
I know it's been a while.
Yeah.
We were spoiled for quite some time there, but
I don't want to live to the point where he has to have a clean sheet for us to get that win.
Yeah. But that leads us into the next point. Sean Johnson did not start against the RedBulls.
Yeah.
So let's get into this U.S. Open Cup. It was a pretty big game. It was quarterfinals to get into the semis. Anytime we're going against our rival in a derby match, you want to win. And this is a cup game. This isn't just a regular season match. Everybody wants to win a cup. So this was an impactful game. And let's first get into, I guess, the starting lineup. It seemed like a lot of our main guys were there. I mean, Pereira started. Did Pereira start?
Yes,
he started. And then Barraza, Sean Johnson didn't start, but Barraza started. What did you think of that, first of all? Because that was really the major change in our lineup.
I hated it. I mean, if you're going to play some of your stars, or most of your stars, then you play your goalkeeper. That's using the least amount of energy out of anybody on the team. I understand if you wanted to rest a player here or there, but there's no reason to stop, Sean Johnson from going out there and playing. And I'm not saying that would have changed the outcome of the game. I think it would have changed that first goal. Mm-hmm. But I don't know why he wouldn't play Sean Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little torn up because, the U.S. Open Cup is known for being rotational. It is, I think, more about it being the U.S. Open Cup. It's more that it was a derby match, right? So it's one of those things where you just don't want to lose on the team. I don't care what the situation is. But he started Pereira, so it seemed like it's like he wasn't completely invested in starting on his starters, but at the same time, he wasn't completely against it either, right? So it was this weird spot.
He said a comment after the game. He said, Barraza is going to be the future of this team, so it might as well get him in this game and get him going. So I could see it, but at the same time, this is a huge game, and RedBulls came out full force. Yeah. They wanted this. They wanted this win. They want to compete in this cup. And granted, they don't have a cup like we do. So, they want it more than us because we actually won the MLS Cup. But yeah, it was an interesting decision. I don't agree with it. I think it's a really important game. But let's get into the first half. I thought we came out very strong that first half. We had a majority of possession. What do you think, Buzz?
Well, we were there. Yeah. And we were sitting in the supporter section. It was, again, a tale of two halves. But first half was amazing. We came out loud. It was a lot of fun. And I think we ended the game with 65% possession, but that first half, I didn't look, just the first half, it was even higher than 65%. Yeah. We dominated. We had real opportunities to score. I think they had one opportunity in that first half. We had the save.
Yeah.
But we looked great. The passing was good. They were doing some, through passes that were hitting the target. I was feeling good going into half.
Yeah, exactly. I feel the same way, Danny.
Yeah, I mean, for the exception of those really bad cards, right? We had those 3 yellow cards in the first half that I think really hurt, like, the chippiness of the team. But I do think that we played really well that first half, even with Pereira being there. And I actually loved Pereira. I mean, I tweeted on it that kind of what we were talking about with Talis Magno in the box with the Rapids, I felt like Pereira reminded me a little bit about Medina, which I love Medina.
You do.
But he played like a real right wing, right? Like his first incentive wasn't like, let me shoot. It was like, let me find that open person in the box. And those 2 crosses that he almost made to Tati, I know they were a little like spaced out, but you could tell his first thought was like, let me not shoot a goal. Let me get this second pass in. And I thought they were really good. I really liked the way Pereira played. I really liked this in the first half. We know how the second half went.
I just wanted to say, can we talk about the cards real quick? Because watching it live, it did look like Parks with a sloppy tackle.
Yeah, it did. I mean, I still think it was a sloppy tackle, even though he did not. He did get ball, right? But it was an unnecessary tackle that looked more dangerous than it actually was. But I think that goes to this whole discussion about the refereeing in this game. Now, Roberto play-by-play Spanish announcer for NYCFC, he tweeted out Matt Thompson. This was his first refereeing his first MLS game.
You know what's really funny though? His first U.S. Open Cup game, but yeah, it was against MLS teams. But what was really interesting was right when the game started, because I didn't go to the game, so I was watching from TV. The announcer said that he was awarded the best referee in the USL.
Yeah.
So what was really interesting is I've never heard a referee get an award ever, and then they like specifically mentioned it, and then he was like horrible. So
yeah, well, you could tell there's a difference between USL and MLS because it was evident there. I mean, just to go to the stats of it all, there was 22 fouls in the first half. Out of those 22 fouls, 9 were NYCFC, which resulted in 3 yellow cards, and 13 were to the RedBulls, resulted in 1 yellow card.
Wow.
So that difference, and that's what kind of led us into the second half. Now we get into that second half, and that's when it starts getting dicey. Now our players are chippy. Now they've been getting tackled. No calls, no yellows. Like things are starting to get really chippy out here. And I think that's when we get into what happened with Thiago. I think there was enough chippiness that was going on that wasn't being called that the players were getting frustrated. That frustration also led to the stands as well, and we could get into that, Buzz. But what did you think of Thiago with that red card, and what did you make of it?
I'll say a horrible decision. I mean, tempers are flaring, and I get it. You and me were there, and we look at each other and we go, unless they give some type of card, there's no deterrent for the Red Bulls to stop fouling.
Yeah, exactly.
Until you show me a yellow, keep going. He's going to keep letting this happen. And I think that, like, exactly like you said, not just Thiago, but it infuriated our players. Mm-hmm. And they want to make it stop. If the referee's not going to make it stop, they're going to try to make it stop.
Yeah.
The way Thiago went about it, obviously, was detrimental to the team and that game. You know, we were still in it when that, before we went a man down. But I just think he needs to keep his cool there. And we've seen a lot of our young players, and and that's another thing. We have a young team.
Yeah.
This is to be expected from a young team. I just don't want it to be in a game like this. And I know it's not, it's just the U.S. Open Cup, but it's against the Red Bull. And we're going to hear about it until we play them again.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully they don't win it, because them not having any cups is great Twitter material.
That's very true.
But yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I love Thiago, but that was just a dumb move, and he was like a second away from being substituted for Talos Magno. So like, I mean, if he would have done it afterwards, right?
Yeah,
go out there and headbutt him. Who cares? But that he did it at that moment and right in front of the ref. Like the ref was standing a foot away from him, watching them, and then he headbutted him. Unfortunately, that's what happens when you have a young team, like you mentioned. So I thought it was done by Thiago, but at the same time, like you guys mentioned, I kind of get it. Like the ref was just not calling anything, and Santi got a yellow for being upset that he wasn't calling anything, right?
Santi got it for defending Parks, and in the replay, Javi, I looked at it like 3 times. I actually texted you guys in the group chat he clearly gets the ball. Yes, it looks horrible.
Yeah.
But he doesn't foul him.
Yeah.
So then to get that yellow, then the domino effect happens. We get another yellow right behind it for Santi defending his teammate.
Yeah.
It was a terrible performance by those refs.
And I think the first goal that came from the Red Bulls came off a foul.
It was a free kick.
It was.
Yeah.
And when I saw that was not a foul.
I can't say on that.
And
exactly.
it wasn't a yellow card or anything, but I thought that seemed clean to me. Bad roughing. But yeah, I mean, he's great. You know what? He should really stay in the USL. He's really
Yeah.
So we saw some controversy in the stands. It was around this time, I think. Everybody was drinks were flowing, people were getting frustrated throughout the game. So what kind of started us in the stands is there was a smoke bomb, which we weren't allowed to have smoke bombs. I think Red Bull really wanted to limit anything we had in those stands because of things that happened historically. I mean, we weren't probably there those years whenever these things happened at Red Bull Arena. So a smoke bomb goes off. It's like a blue gas goes around, and everybody's just watching the game. But then security comes and they're like, what's going on here? We told you guys you can't have these things here. And then the third rail president was looking for the person who threw out the smoke bomb. As this is all going on, something happens on the left-hand side with maybe people throwing beers. I don't know exactly what happened, but then tempers really started to flare, and it really started to get ugly in the stand. It was honestly sad, as us fans. And Buzz, you can elaborate more because you were like, this doesn't happen.
Yeah, so I will tell you I've seen games and I've seen European derby games where it gets crazy.
Yeah.
But you don't ever turn on your own team. So, like scarves in soccer, right? Scarves, when you wear a scarf in like a European league or you're in Europe, it just shows you're a fan. Exactly. You're not going there. You're not what's classified as a hooligan. Yeah. So hooligans are usually the fanaticals that go there to start problems, right? Yeah. But again, it's not inside their own fraction. Mm-hmm. So for me, I loved seeing the intensity. We were loud, right? Yeah. We were...
No, and that first half, the atmosphere was amazing. We were amped up, and it felt like, all right, we got this. Like, we're all in this together. Let's win this game.
And so to not know exactly what happened, there was definitely plenty of beer. I mean, we saw maybe they were trying to throw it down to the Red Bull.
Regardless, it's not a bad look for us. 100%. And that's why security did come to us, and that kind of started everything. Yeah. It's
all the security. I think the whole arena security was in our one section.
It was ridiculous.
And we were like not able to even enjoy the game. It was like 10-15 minutes. We weren't watching the game.
Yeah, for those last 20 minutes, it was so hard when you're in the stands and so much is going on around you that you couldn't even focus on the game. Most of the action was on the stands, which was sad because you wanted to focus on the game. You couldn't even keep chants going because it was like the core of those people who chant in the supporter section. It was just chaos. So I think it was a sad day as a supporter because you just don't want to see that, especially fans fighting with fans. I don't know if that's what happened, but there was definitely a lot of arguing, especially with some of the NYCFC staff. So it was sad to see, but I'm just hoping we can grow from this, and then maybe next games we know, like, hey, let's tone it down. And I don't know what the ramifications of future games for supporters going to away to Red Bull Arena. That might be very detrimental. We might only get allotted a certain amount of tickets to go to these things because of the way we acted this game.
Yeah.
You said early on they wouldn't allow us to bring the drums in.
Yeah,
but
drums
now
were already.
It's going to be even worse.
Yeah, I would assume it's going to be even worse than that, which is crazy.
And why are we popping smoke when we're losing 2-0?
At that point, I think we're only losing 1-0. But yeah, at that point, we should probably stop popping smoke.
Like, let's wait.
Point is, we're all on the same team. Let's all love each other, guys.
Seriously, no hate. Especially because, let's go back to last year playoffs against the Philadelphia Union. We're all there. It was beautiful. We were all in unison, making fun of the Union together.
That was amazing, honestly. That was one of the best games I've been to.
And as a supporter, it just felt like you were a community. And I think that's what leads us to this next game against the Philadelphia Union. We're going back to their home. They beat us 2-0 this year at our house, and it felt like they came back for vengeance because of that game last year in the playoffs. They beat us earlier this year 2-0, and I think we could blame those 2 goals on Jason. That he was struggling at that time.
Yes, I remember.
So we are glad to have some of our starters back, such as Gray or Amundsen, so we can have a strong back line, and hopefully those goals won't come as easy. But what do you guys think is the key to winning this game?
I'll let you go. Okay. I'll say, I think that was, the first thing I'll say is it was like the second or third game of the season, right?
Yeah, it was early.
So it was really early.
We only cared about CONCACAF back then.
You only cared about CONCACAF. We were not about the CONCACAF life, right?
Tyler only cared about CONCACAF.
Right. Well, so we were not the same team we were now. We were looking at those. We had such a weird defense in the beginning of the season. Remember, we had Jason back there.
Yeah.
I don't even think we had Martin at the time starting.
No, I think we did, but he was still struggling at that time.
Yeah, like really struggling.
Yeah.
So our team we came out flat that game. We played bad. That was a horrible game. Mm-hmm. I think the key, as always, for us is holding possession. And I know we've talked a little bit about holding possession. We got to do something with that possession.
Yeah.
But I'm going to feel really good if I see Chino and Callens holding that middle.
I know. I was honestly a little sad because Chino and Callens were on that back line against the RedBulls, and we allowed 3 goals. Granted, we were down a man for half the game, but
we only allowed 1 goal when we had 11 players on the team. And remember, they started the game with 12 players if you include the rest.
True. So any other keys that you guys think we should be focused on against this Union team?
I think we should just do us, man. Philadelphia Union are scrubs, my guy.
Wow.
They don't have any superstars.
Oh.
Yeah, they got Gazdag, which has 7 goals this year.
Tied with top.
But tied with whatever, it doesn't count. But what I'm saying is, like, I just feel like when I think of Philadelphia Union, they play well as a team, but they don't have any superstars. We got superstars. We got up and coming superstars. We got superstars now, right? We got Dante. We got Talas Magno. I always feel like a broken record talking about this. Originally, someone mentioned, I think on Twitter, it doesn't matter if we have possession. It does matter if NYCFC has possession because our backline isn't super strong. Yeah, Chanel and Callens have been killing it, but as you know, like I think our right back and our left back are more offensive minded versus defensive minded. So the more possession we have, the more we stay pushing them, keeping them on their toes. I think we play best, and so I although Philly reminds me of Philly last year. They had a great record, but I was never scared of them. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, and I think their past 5 games, Buzz, you had some interesting stats on that.
2 draws, a win, and another 2 draws. So,
Okay, so-
1 win and 5.
Yeah.
Think about that. But they're still only a point behind us in the standings. So this is a big game for us.
I mean, we started the season with
Yeah,
no
struggling.
wins, and now we're still ahead with 4 draws. I'm not scared of Philly, man. I kind of wish we could be at the game and get that environment back.
I mean, we could.
No, we're not going there. All right. This is who I got starting at our starting 11. I got Johnson, Gray, Chanot, Callens, Amundsen, Alfredo Morales, Parks, Maxi, Santi, Magno, and Castellanos. Do you guys have anybody different?
No. All I can say is I can't wait till Tinnerholm is back. I think Gray plays well. I think he played well against the Red Bull. But that guy cannot cross a ball for the life of him. And I can't wait to have Tinnerholm. And just Tinnerholm's just more aggressive on the offense. So I know Tinnerholm's not starting this game right. He's not at form. He hasn't got any minutes. But I miss him so much and can't wait for him to be starting again. How do you feel about this lineup?
Well, I actually did that lineup. So that is my lineup, too. And I agree with it. I think that's great.
Yeah, I agree with all of it as well. I think we have a strong lineup. I think Nick better definitely start Parks again.
Yeah.
We can't not have Parks start, and hopefully, I mean, the only thing I would say is this game is kind of close to just our Open Cup game, so there's not much rest. So I would say I don't know if you have to then sub in some players or maybe think about taking players out earlier because of the limited minutes. Maxi also played in some minutes as well in that Open Cup game, and we know Maxi's getting up there in age. So, and I think one huge thing we should think about is Thiago Martins looked banged up that last game against the Rapids. We actually lost him. So if he can't start, now we're expecting Chanot to be starting every game again. Now, can he do that the way he was doing it before? I hope so. I mean, I don't doubt it, but it's just something to be cognizant of. I mean, that's not even a real
Cognizant. But he did look good yesterday.
Yeah.
He did look good yesterday.
You know, he had some good passes there. He's always good with the head, right? He cleared a few crosses with his head.
Yeah.
I think he's ready. Come on.
His wife thinks he's ready too, right? She's.
We got some inside information on the
we
wife.
talked about the tweet where she was upset that they signed Thiago Martins in the first place. She thinks Chanel's 100% starter, so I think.
I didn't hear
Yeah,
about this.
Danny's like in their personal life now,
Guys,
Danny.
we
liked
talked
it?
about
You
this in a
retweet?
previous
You DM?
episode.
I never talked about Chino's wife.
He talked about Chanel's wife.
I'm not getting beat up.
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
moving
We're gonna be
on.
in the
Okay,
locker room with
alright,
these guys,
alright.
and oh, you're the guy talking about my wife? No, Danny's talking about your wife.
Last thing I want to mention though is I really hope Pereira gets more minutes, man.
You like him that much?
I liked him that much. I thought the guy was I'm all about the guys who can like facilitate the ball, and I thought his passing was crisp. And we're talking with almost no minutes, right? And I just thought I was like hating on Pereira a few weeks ago because I was like, all right, we have too much talent on that side. But I think Pereira could be the next Medina, so I want more Pereira time.
Hold on now. That's great, and that's all good. He did play well yesterday. Who do you sit?
So my thing is, I don't know if Santi really plays right wing. That's my thing. Is right. We know that Santi's more of where Maxi plays today.
Right.
What do you call that? 10. And so like I think Santi's a true 10, and he's playing the right wing. And the thing is, can Per play that position better than he can? And then sometimes you find a way to keep alternating Maxi and Santi, or you put Maxi further back
in the 6,
and
next
then
to
you
Parks, but
put
now you're
Santi
sitting
there.
Alfredo. And Alfredo's been playing really good. Alfredo's so good.
Yeah.
Like,
He does the
really
small things that are really well.
But every time you watch, you're like you can rely on him to do that.
They say Alfredo played bad against RedBulls, but I didn't think he played so bad.
I don't think he played bad. I would, I'm still learning Twitter. I learned a lot of stuff today. I'm trying to learn things, but whoever posted that tweet that you retweeted
about the cups,
about the missing cups.
Oh my god!
You're a genius. Whoever tweeted that. That was
Hunter
the funniest thing.
Something.
Give him credit,
please. That was amazing. If you haven't checked out his tweet or check our tweet on his tweet, that was gold. That some guy gets paid a salary.
Wait, can you elaborate?
Okay. So on the tweet, the Red Bulls posted a picture of the stadium empty, game time, right? This guy posts a Hunter S73. I don't know exactly thing. Hunter S says, I'm in the stadium. I'm trying to get a drink, but you guys have no cups. You can tell amazing. This guy gets paid $50-$60K a year to be a social media manager. He goes, no cups.
Let's fix this.
Let's fix this. Yeah. What section are you in? Man says the trophy room.
Oh my god.
Dad. But my thing is, this guy gets paid. Hunter S isn't getting paid for these tweets.
Nah.
And they're telling me your man gets paid some type of money to take care of social media. Didn't check to see if it was an NYCFC fan. He should be fired immediately.
Just to get his exact handle, because we're giving him so much love. Hunters174 at Hunters174.
You the man, bro. That was amazing.
Oh my god.
And then you put the picture right of the championship with the cup at the end of it.
Oh my god.
Where? In the trophy room.
That was the W of the game.
That was.
But so we were actually underdogs against the Red Bulls, like the first time in a very long time.
Yeah.
So let's get our betting with Buzz.
Yeah.
Our predictions against the Union.
Yeah. So we're underdogs again. Back-to-back games going against back-to-back good teams.
Yeah.
Right now, NYCFC is plus money at 170. Union is plus 150. The draw is plus 230. I'm leaning on a draw. I really don't think we're going to go there and blow them out of the water. I want us to. But I don't think we are. I think it's going to be a tough game. I think we're going to hopefully come out strong trying to get back that loss that we took early in the season. So I'm going to actually never go against NYCFC. We take them and the plus money because there's not too many times we're ever going to get plus money.
I know, I love it.
So
plus money,
plus 170 NYCFC, and then I think that this is going to be a high attacking game. So we're going to go back to our second favorite bet, which is
2.5.
Over 2.5, my guys. So we're going to do that. I'm going to predict. Don't take this, bet, but I'm going to guess or predict 2-2 draw.
Okay, I will go. We're doing final predictions.
I guess I mixed it.
I like it.
All right.
Well, I could have just kept it going. My final prediction. You said 2-2.
2-2.
That's not bad. I don't ever think I ever went with the draw, but it's because I won't. 2-1 NYCFC. The boys win again. Well, they haven't won in some time, but Nick Cushing gets his first win. We're all hyped again. Castellano scores. Let's go.
Ooh.
A little prop bet there. I like the
prop
prop
bet.
bet.
I might take the top tier bet. That sounds nice. But I don't know if I feel so confident. Nick Cushing, I don't know if he's shown yet, which is why I think he got the plus 170 right now. I'm not sure if he's there. So I'm going to go with a draw. I'm going to go 1-1 draw.
No faith in our boys. You guys are horrible.
I'm sorry. Nick Cushing's got to show himself, man. Until he shows face, I can't. I'm not sure yet.
In the last 180 minutes, which is the last 2 games, we've conceded 4 goals and we've only scored once. So, not the best.
Coming off all of those clean sheets that we had.
I know, it's disappointing.
Consistently, right?
Yeah. It is what it is. What can we do? Nick Cushing's going to bring us back. It's early. Guys, if you like the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Any final words, guys?
Yeah, I want to say it was great sitting in the supporter section yesterday. we got to hand out some of our cool Tati stickers. So thanks to everybody that acknowledged us and started subscribing. It was really good, seeing those new fans that we're getting.
Also, I just like to say I'm glad the soccer season's back on, man. The 3-week break was nice, but although we lost against the Rapids, just being back at Yankee Stadium, the perfect weather.
Yeah.
God, I love soccer, man.
It's good to be back. All right, y'all.
Thank you.
Peace.
Why did I say thank you again?